In Liberty Hollow, where the reservoir dam gleams under February frost and the water tower stands steady against the sky, Liam Barrett and his best friend Tyler Hayes decided to shake off the winter blues at the Reservoir Tavern. It was just 2 days before Valentine's Day, and their plan was simple. Shoot some pool, throw a few darts, knock back a couple of cold ones, and call it a night.
Rack 'em up, Tyler. I'm feeling lucky tonight.
Lucky? You said that last week and still owe me for the pizza. First round is on you if I sink the 8-ball.
The Reservoir Tavern sat on the quiet north side of town, just off the old county road that curved toward the water. Inside, it felt like stepping back 20 years. Dark wood paneling, neon beer signs buzzing softly, a jukebox in the corner playing classic country and 90s rock, a long, scarred bar lined with stools, and 3 pool tables under hanging green shade lights. The place smelled like fried onions, spilled beer, and wood polish. Locals called it the Res and treated it like an extension of their living rooms. Everyone knew everyone, and nobody cared if you stayed past closing as long as you tipped well.
All right, break. Don't scratch this time.
Watch and learn, Barrett.
The balls cracked apart. Tyler sank 2 solids right off the break. Liam was lining up his shot when a voice cut through the jukebox.
Hey, boys! You look like you could use some real competition. Mind if I jump in?
She was about their age, 22, dark hair pulled into a loose ponytail, easy smile, wearing a fitted leather jacket over a red top and jeans. Confidence rolled off her like she owned the table already.
Yeah, sure. My name's Liam, and this is Tyler.
And we're definitely going to win. You any good?
Good enough to make you both buy me a drink if I win. I'm Sara, by the way. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, deal.
Sara took the cue from Tyler, leaned over the table, and sank 3 stripes in a row with smooth, practiced strokes. Tyler whistled. Liam couldn't stop watching her laugh every time she missed on purpose just to keep the game going. Drinks appeared, beers for the guys, a vodka soda for her. Conversation flowed easy. Sara said she was new in town, worked at the marketing firm out by the highway, loved live music, hated winter mornings. She flirted with both of them, teasing Tyler about his terrible aim at the darts board, brushing Liam's arm when she handed him the chalk, leaning in just close enough that both guys caught her perfume.
You're not bad, Liam. Quiet, but you've got steady hands. I like that.
Hey, what about me?
You've got something, Tyler. Keep practicing with those darts.
So, you come here a lot?
Enough to know the good nights. Like tonight.
By the time the jukebox switched to a slow song, Liam felt something shift. Sara leaned close, her shoulder brushing his, and asked him to show her how he lined up his shots. Tyler caught Liam's eye, gave an exaggerated wink, and wandered off to the dartboard, giving his friend space.
You know, I'm actually coming back here on Valentine's Day. They're doing karaoke and half-price appetizers. You should come. I'd love to see you again.
Yeah, I'd like that. A lot.
Liam walked out of the res floating. The next day he went all in. Red roses from the florist on Main Street, a soft teddy bear holding a heart from the gift shop, a heart-shaped box of chocolates from Bassette's Bakery. He even ironed a nice shirt, something he hadn't done since high school graduation. On Valentine's evening, he walked into the tavern with the gifts tucked under his arm, heart hammering out of his chest.
Okay, just be cool. She said she'd be here.
Sara was there all right, but she wasn't waiting by the pool table or scanning the door. She was already at the bar, laughing loud, leaning into a group of 3 other guys, touching one on the arm, tossing her hair, drinks in hand. She never even glanced toward the entrance. Liam stood frozen for a long moment, the bouquet drooping slightly in his grip. Then he turned and walked back out into the cold night air, the door closing softly behind him.
Stupid. How could I have been so stupid?
Back home, the living room lamp was still on. Clara Barrett looked up from her real estate listings when her son walked in, shoulders slumped, gift still in his arms.
Liam? Honey, what happened? You look like someone kicked your puppy.
It's nothing, Mom. Just this girl I met at the res a couple nights ago. We hit it off. She said she'd be there tonight. I went all out. Flowers, teddy bear, chocolates. But she was already there, with other guys, flirting like I didn't even exist.
Oh, sweetie, come here. Sit.
Liam set the gifts on the coffee table and told her everything. Clara listened, nodding, never interrupting. When he finished, she reached over and squeezed his hand.
Liam, that hurts. I know it does. But let me tell you the most important thing anyone needs to hear about finding someone worth keeping. It's all about where you meet them. Places reflect people. Meet someone on the reservoir trails, hiking at sunrise. They're probably into fitness, fresh air, discipline. Meet them at the library or the indie bookstore on Main. They likely value learning, quiet nights, deep conversations. But meet someone at a bar on a Saturday night?
Yeah, party vibe. She's not looking for anything serious.
It's not always the case, but typically. And that's okay if that's what you want. But I don't think it is. You deserve someone steady, someone who shows up the way you do.
Is that how you met Dad? At a bar or a party?
No, I met your father just after he opened his print shop on Main Street. I was brand new in real estate, barely 25, desperate for professional flyers for my first open house. I walked in, nervous as could be, clutching my rough draft. Victor was behind the counter, sleeves rolled up, ink on his fingers, focused on some big job. He looked up, gave me that big grin of his, and said,
"Need those flyers fast? I can turn them around by tomorrow if you don't mind a little overtime."
I laughed. We talked while he laid out the design, about the market, starting a business, how scary it is to bet on yourself. When I came back the next day to pick them up, he asked me to sit down for a minute. He brewed a pot of coffee in the back room, pulled up 2 chairs, and we talked for an hour while the presses hummed. Simple, steady, no games. That's how it started.
Huh. Makes sense.
You'll find her, honey. Just look in the places that match who you really are. Invest your heart the same way you'd invest your money. In quality, not hype. It'll pay off.
As the house lights dimmed that night, Liam felt the sting begin to fade. In Liberty Hollow, where the water tower stands green and steady against the sparkling sky, Liam's lesson sticks. Puppy love can cloud reason faster than any bad trade, making us see what we want instead of what's real. But choosing the right place to look and the right person to trust can save you from heartbreak and show you what's truly worth holding on to. Lessons thrown head over heels in Liberty Hollow. Real connection isn't found in the flash of neon or the rush of a crowded bar. It's built in quiet places that reflect who you are and what you value. Choose wisely, whether it's a date, a dollar, or a dream, and your future stays steady, one thoughtful step at a time. If this story hit close to home, if Liam's lesson reminded you of a time you chased the wrong spark, hit that like button. Drop a comment. Have you ever learned the hard way that where you met someone matters? Or a time love clouded your judgment? And if you want more quiet stories about real wealth, the kind that doesn't make noise, subscribe and ring the bell. Your support keeps these tales alive. See you next time in Liberty Hollow. Until then, choose your places carefully and let clarity guide your heart.